Tell me when you took command of the Blairmore and where you were serving out of.
Oh, well, we were based in Halifax, doing convoy runs between Halifax, St. John's, Newfoundland, New York, Boston, what we called a triangle run. And we would escort ships on those convoys on those runs. And out to sea about 600 miles off the Newfoundland coast. You know. And
how big was the Blairmore? How much crew? Who served? Who was your?
She had 100. She was 180
Exactly.
feet, and she had at the end she had 86 of a crew, but they started out with about 40.
Where did
But
they
of course,
sleep?
86? Wherever they could.
Wrapped around a torpedo, huh?
Yeah. At the end we finished up with 86 crew members. Everything had increased. We had radar, which we never had when they were built. That meant half a dozen men. And all the armaments increased as the war went on. And so the crews just got bigger. Couldn't do anything about it.
What was the speed and tonnage of the Blairmore?
Oh, Blairmore was about 900 tons and 16 and a half knots. Yeah. So you can only sweep at about, if you have two sweeps out sweeping, you've lost 5 knots right away. You're getting revs for 12 knots and you're doing 7 knots because of the weight behind your towing.
What finally became of the Blairmore?
She went to Turkey Navy.
Did the Allied forces
The red light?
put any mines out? Or you?
Oh, yes.
So you put mines out too. So
Oh.
I have this picture of you guys are going and breaking up all these mines, and there's a German boat following you behind, putting some more down.
And
Is
a
that
British
kind
one
of what-
behind him.
Yeah.
So did you know whose mines you were, or did they, whose mines you
Oh,
were
yeah.
getting?
They were always plotted
You were
and
getting-
charted.
Were they?
Oh, yeah.
But there's so many of
But
them.
now they could break away. Yeah, but they were laid in fields.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have the field, the extremities of the field marked. Yeah, everybody mined.
Yeah. Okay.
Americans mined, British mined, all of the mines. Some of them, the British had a whole barricade of mines up the north coast or up the east coast of Britain, protecting the inside coast so the ships could run up between them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
So-
the same with the First World War. Then they mined between Britain and Norway.
Oh, yeah.
That too.
So did they have
Did
any
they ever
idea?
have any mistakes? Where a British ship would get blown up by one of its
Oh,
own
yeah.
mines would happen occasionally?
Yeah.
And when they went to collect the mines, I mean, did they have any idea how many mines they had out there and how many they got back, or?
No.
No.
They would know how many they had out there, but how many they got back depended on the weather, depended on whether they'd been blown away or whether they'd been moved because of bad weather or something. Didn't know. Just had to keep going and checking it all. You know.
But you didn't lay mines.
No.
You
we
just
didn't.
swept.
We just swept them up. Purely defensive.
Would they have hired old, like, fishermen who weren't, like, would it be, civilians would be hired to lay mines, or they'd be another type of ship that would lay a mine?
Well, they generally had what they call a mine layer.
Okay.
There was a minesweeper and a mine layer, too.
Yeah, and submarines were often fitted for laying them. The Germans laid them outside of Halifax and outside of St. John's in Newfoundland
Yeah.
during the war. So I remember being the Hamilton, a destroyer. We discovered a minefield and were the first to see. I was the first to see it. And we sent the signals out that got the minesweepers out to clear it. That was outside of Halifax.